Got your trees in the spot, and I just hit 1 million views. So much better, I don't know what to do. Stack it up, gon' call me a coupe. I be drippin', they calling me soup. I be drippin', they calling me soup. Stack it up, gon' call me a coupe.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying fly, Eagles, fly as they get ready to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Luck on first down. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly. And that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Luck. It's complete to Grant. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
First down, Luck. And it's brought in by Eric Decker. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people calling it.
Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. So after the INT, here's Wentz. Dancing to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Go, go! Set! 20!
Set the tone, defense! Set the tone, defense!
Sunday, Sunday!
Bang, bang! Bang, bang! Bang, bang! 82, 82!
Snap coming at 1. Now Wentz to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. Jamal Sheard on the stop. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Great 15, great 15.
Now this time, Wentz will throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Black, come on.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. Throw left side complete. It's Bird. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did.
Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it. But 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, you know, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now a toss play. This is Mack. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 35-yard line. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Mack, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On second down, here's Love. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
The Colts with a first red zone opportunity in the ball game. This is first and goal from about the 8. Here's Love. He'll buy some time right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. Second and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. Play action. It's Love. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. Fourth down. So with fourth down coming up, here's Adam Vinatieri now for the Colts field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
And after the made field goal, here's Adam Vinatieri to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Shotgun now for Wentz. Going to throw right side here, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Run.
Wentz now on first down. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Wentz now on first down. Flipping left side, and he's got a man. That's Bird. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. That's into the hands of Wallace over the middle. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. They'll toss it to Ajayi. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. They lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to fourth down. Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott. And the kick by Elliott is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
They go play action here on first down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Levante David in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A shotgun snap for Luck. Big hold of the 30. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And all the way up to the 37-yard line. 83 yards receiving now for him on the afternoon as he's got a first down here. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Two minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. To throw on second down is Luck. And the pass complete to Ryan Grant. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Luck going to keep it on the sneak. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. After the run, Luck going to throw. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A very solid gain of 27. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. On first down, it's long. That is caught inside the 5. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Eric Ebron, his second touchdown on the season. And the Colts are in for 6. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-3. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Once again here on 2nd and 10. Looking deep for his tight end Ertz. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. After the interception, it's Love. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And Elliott puts this one through. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. On first down, Wentz. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the gun, here's Luck. And Luck will be intercepted for a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Hang in there now. Shorty. Black.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Over the middle, complete. That's Bird. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves them with a 1st and goal. Throwing on first is Wentz. The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
The Eagles on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Throwing throwing now is Wentz. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And the kick by Elliott is good. And that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So it's a third field goal for him now. He's accounted for all 9 points. I look down to the sideline, though. You can just tell they weren't too happy for 3. They wanted 6.
So they have to have 6. Look, he's keeping them afloat, but they really need to do exactly what you talked about. They need to get into the end zone and score some touchdowns. Otherwise, he's going to have to kick a lot more field goals than just the 3 he's already put through the posts.
Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And an alley to run. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Buying time to his left. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. And now a fumble. The ball's out, but I believe it was covered by an Eagle. It was, and Philadelphia is going to hold on to the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And he's going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
A run by Mack to start the drive. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Luck now on 2nd down. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, you know, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Third and long, it's Luck. It's complete to Grant. A good pickup there, a 22.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner, toughness in the pocket, strong and stout, but let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston, then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. Here's Mack. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. The Colts on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now a carry from Mack. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Sproles, the return. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Working from the gun, Wentz. And he's got it complete to Darren Sproles. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Wentz now on 1st down. Throw left side complete. It's Bird. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
You got him! You got him! You got him! Shorty!
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. This is caught. And he's brought down. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
It's a sneak. It's Wentz. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines.
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Carson Wentz with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. So a big play for the Eagles now as they'll go for 2. Now this time Wentz will throw. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. Out of the gun, Luck. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for Indy. 44 yards.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Luck on first down. This will be caught inside the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, a 22. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Let's go, great.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. It's brought in left side by Tate. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Ajayi. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead. You've got to protect it. And he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Wentz. He may try and run for this. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the 1st down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
They run with Ajayi, and he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Now a first carry for their fullback. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Only a 1-yard gain, but good enough to just about finish this one off. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Wentz to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 25. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Indianapolis, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Hey. Okay. Pocket through big, they sumo.